Hello guys, mocks start off waking up people for cat. A lot of people start preparing seriously from this stage onwards. In this video, we would look at why you should take mocks, how many mocks you should take, and which mocks to purchase. But before that, an ad break. Before we get into the discussion of which mocks to take, how many mocks to take, and so on, a couple of myths which you should be careful about, which gets floated around at this point of time. The most common myth is that mock is basically your preparation for CAT. That is not true. While there are a lot of people who technically have not prepared with any of the courses and have taken only the mocks and scored 99.5, 100 percentile, and so on, okay, most of the preparation was done beforehand. They either had an innate talent or they had prepared earlier in the first season or the second season, or they had written an exam like GRE or GMAT, so their preparation for CAT was mostly taken care of. So realize one thing: if you are starting from scratch or you're thinking that I'm going to just take mocks, you have to be very, very lucky to be able to do really well in the actual CAT examination. Another reason you should be a little wary about putting too much emphasis on mocks is that mock performance is just that. It's just a test. Okay. When you're actually writing CAT, it counts for nothing. It might give you some confidence. It's like going through the group stages in a knockout tournament. You go to the knockout, that's when the real fun begins, right? That's when that is the business end of the tournament. What you did in the group stage counts for nothing. So if you are going to be like South Africa or Spurs and are in the habit of bottling it in the knockout stages, getting too confident about your mocks or mock results might not work for you. One of the reasons why your mock performance may not translate into the actual CAT performance is because the mocks themselves tend to be a little unbalanced. When I mean unbalanced is that they probably focus on areas which do not come up in CAT examination or have not come up in CAT examination for quite a bit. Prime example is remainder based questions and maths, which probably have not come up in CAT since 2008. Games and tournament questions and LRDI, which tend to be very popular. We all love games and tournaments. There is a tournament going on every year, a World Cup or an IPL or a Premier League and so on. So they tend to be very, we can relate to them very easily, but unfortunately they have again not come up in CAT for quite some time, right? The other extreme that almost all mock providers go to is basically increase the difficulty level of the question to a level which is not relevant in the actual CAT examination. All players are guilty of this, some more, some less. The reason why they do it is because as humans, we all tend to believe that anything which is difficult and we cannot solve must be good. Now, most of the mock sales happen in the month of end June, July, August, probably early September, right? In fact, July and August are the biggest sale month for the mocks, right? So almost 85% of 80 to 85% of the sales will happen during this period of time. So you will see that mocks usually tend to become a little unbalanced at this stage. They will concentrate on a particular topic or they will concentrate on a slightly higher difficulty level. That said, there are quite a few good things about the mocks. So let's see why you should actually go ahead and take mocks. To get your expectations right, mocks are actually a very important tool and can be very helpful in actually improving your final CAT performance. The first reason why you should take up mocks, and this is perhaps the most important one, is to develop the stamina. A lot of people, if you are working, you are not in the habit of sitting in one place for 3 hours and concentrating. Even university students, even though the college university exam might be 2.5, 3.5 hours long, you know that you don't have to be completely focused for that 3 hours time. Mocks, on the other hand, and the way CAT is going over the last 3 to 4 years is basically 3 back-to-back tests of 1 hour each. So you have to be continuously on your toes, performing at your fullest for those 3 hours. Mocks help you do that. And this is not like a university exam where you basically have a one night stand with the books and next day you go and basically just vomit it out. You need to apply that process over a period of 3 hours. So to get into that stamina and more importantly, to get into that focus, make sure that you are completely concentrating on the task at hand for a period of 3 hours requires practice and perseverance. Mocks help you do that. Because a lot of offline classes are under a time pressure to complete the syllabus in a given period of time, and you also have very diverse students. You have engineers, non-engineers, etc., sitting in the same class, and you have a time limit for each class, right? You can have to finish this particular topic in 2 hours time, or this particular area in 4 hours time, and so on. Certain topics might not get the attention that they deserve, right? They might get missed in the classroom coaching methodology, right? Mocks can help you actually overcome that particular area. There are certain concepts which you can learn through mocks if you go through the solutions properly. While mocks are not, I'll repeat, mocks are not and should not be the only source of preparation for CAT, right? They do tend to help in picking up certain concepts which might have been missed up, especially if you are a classroom student. While your mock performance is not your actual CAT performance, you do get a trend of where you're actually going to lie in the final exam as well. If you have been scoring 85, 88, 90, etc. overall in mocks, you will tend to score somewhere between 85 to 90, 95 in the actual examination as well. If you have been scoring somewhere around 95, 96 to 99 in the mock examination, you will be scoring in roughly that range in the final examination as well. So mocks actually give you a reasonable trend which you can use to apply to colleges. This is very important and it is overlooked quite a bit by students, even though it makes a lot of financial sense. Unlike admissions to colleges abroad, where you actually write the test, get your score, and then choose to apply to a particular college or not. In India, you have to first fill up the application forms. At least most of the good colleges will ask you to fill up the application form even before you write the test, right? And then hope and pray that you cleared the cutoff for that. Now, a lot of students tend to become a little indiscriminate when it comes to applying to colleges. They either apply to too many colleges or they play it very safe and not apply to colleges at all. I have seen students who have been scoring 94, 95 percentile in mocks and not apply to colleges at 90, 92 percentile range. And there have been students who have been scoring 60 to 70 percentile in mocks or not given enough mocks, and they end up applying to colleges where the cutoff is about 95 percentile. Both of them are not the right way to go about it, but people tend to make it. While mocks may not be able to give you the exact score that you're going to get in the final CAT examination, but just like opinion polls or exit polls for elections, they give you a very good trend of where you're finally going to end up, right? So you can use that to maximize your college applications for a given budget. Most of the colleges besides the IIMs require you to fill up the form for that college besides writing CAT. So mocks tend to be very helpful in that particular area. That completes this particular session. Do let us know how you found it in the comments below. Share it with your friends who are preparing for CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. Subscribe to our channel so that you get notifications for all our future videos, and do enroll for the courses. The links are given in the description. Till we meet again the next time. Goodbye.